All right, this is telling you how you can get your own little wooden project boxes, maybe for a guitar pedal you want to circuit bend, but there's not enough room on the guitar pedal, so you want to build it into a case. Here's some free cases you can get. So for this to work, you're going to be it's going to vary per country, but if you're in the United States, what you can do is there's a place called Total Wine. And if you do not have a Total Wine, just look for a place that has a cigar shop. So they will have empty boxes once they sell out of certain cigars, and they will give you these boxes for free. Now, what you want to look for when you get one of these boxes is you want to get one that can close. If it has a latch like this, way better. You can also use the sliding kind. The sliding kind are fine, and also there's their top raising kind like that. But I do not recommend these type. I only grabbed this one just to show y'all. I don't recommend this type because if you turn it upside down, flops open. So this one I will not use for building. I just got it to show you guys what you want to avoid. You want to avoid these flaps. Now there's one that slides off and slides back kind of like a lid. Those are good, but you also want to avoid ones that are not wood. Now, some will be very obvious. Most wooden ones will be obvious that they are wood. You can open them up and look inside. You can feel the grain. The wooden ones are great. Now remember, depth isn't as important. What's more important is width, because that's how many things you're going to be able to get. Like if you want switches, you can put switches on the side, but that can kind of compromise the structure of these boxes a little bit because they're kind of weak. Only put it on the side if you got to, but I recommend putting it on the top. Like this one would be a good box. It's small, but it's good. This one's bad for two reasons. One, it's not all wood. It's particle board, and it has a flap top, so you want to avoid that one. That one's trash. Here we got another one. These I like a little bit better. Look, it's a little bit thinner. Still plenty of room for most of your components, but you have a bigger surface area, so you can get more things on here. Like I said, open it up, and you can see, yes, it's wood. Some woods will be thicker, some will be not as thick, but if it's a wood one, generally it's good. Has a little latch, great too. Here's another one, brick house. This one might fool you at first. You might think it's particle board, but if you look closely and you feel it, you can tell that it is actually wood. So it's another good one. Now, if you want these are about as large as you're gonna get. If you want one bigger, like this kind, this one's. Let me show you an example. Here's the biggest cigar box beside it. This one you're going to have to probably buy. Now what this is an old box that either carried some kind of a board game, or maybe poker chips. You can find these boxes dirt cheap at your local thrift store. Sometimes they will have a poker set in them, sometimes they won't. You can discard those components if you wish. Now, this one is in fact wood. I would have maybe left it with a nice, just natural finish, but the thing was, someone already painted the top of this white, but the bottom wasn't painted. So I said, okay, fine. So I primed it all with some white paint, then I painted it light blue. Yes, you can leave these pieces in here, unless they're blocking something you're doing. But you got to be careful removing these pieces. But I recommend leaving them for the structure integrity of the box. But yeah, that's just how you can get some free boxes for your mods or whatever your circuit bends, or some that are slightly small cost to them. This was $4 at the thrift store. Yeah, I see you guys, and yeah, that insulation has been. I'm putting in the insulation in my building now. It wouldn't be that hard. It's just the thing is, I have so much stuff in the building, so I have to move it to put in the insulation, then move it back, then move the next thing. It's moving all those. Moving all that stuff, getting to the spots to put it in is what takes a long time, but not actually putting it in. I'd say about a third of it's put in right now. That's what I would say for the wall. About a third of the stuff on the wall is put in. Yeah. All right. See you guys, and I hope you found this useful. And if you haven't circuit bend, think about doing it. Now, when you do circuit bend into a box, there's two things you can do. One, which most people do, is you can take the pedal completely apart, toss the case, and then just build the components into the case, like this is their stock case. Or two, what you can do is you can remove the bottom of the board. This is what I normally do, so it gives you the aesthetic of what the original pedal was. And what I do is I'll cut a hole big enough for you to get to the circuit board underneath, but leave the edges on so you can glue it down, and then you can access it from underneath and you can circuit bend it that way. So you still have the original pedal, but it builds into a new case. I did that for one of my subscribers. You've probably seen it, the Midas pedal. Yes, but I have a couple. I wish I had all boxes this size, because yeah, I could get a lot more on here. So I'm gonna save this box for whatever pedal I can find the most mods with. My goal is to have this thing filled with patch points, like all around it. That's my crazy idea. All right, see you guys, and keep creating. All right, see you.